Hi, my name is Shelby Carranza. I am a graduate of Sam Houston State University, and I have a major in history and minors in music and secondary education. I just wanted to introduce myself because I know it can be really scary hiring a teacher halfway through the class on such short notice. I just wanted to explain some of the things that I plan on doing to make this year successful for both me and the students. I know that the city of Willis has quite a few low-income to moderate-income households and a lot of people that live in rural areas. I'm going to take this information into consideration when asking students to do things outside of class with the use of technology. Some students may not have access to the technology that other students might have. Another thing that I plan on using is taking into consideration the cultural diversity of my class. Approximately half of the students in my class are Hispanic, and there are some African Americans and Caucasians also. What I want to do is make sure that they see how lessons relate to them and how they affect them. I'm also going to be really sensitive on some issues that certain children may not feel comfortable discussing. Another thing that I'm going to take into consideration is the financial status of the students in my class. Like I said, some students may not have access to technology if they don't have the money to purchase it, so I'm going to use this when assigning homework assignments. Another thing that I'm going to do is keep snacks in the back of my classroom because I noticed that about half of my students are on free and reduced lunches. So that means that they might not be having breakfast in the morning or a dinner to go home to at night, and they may be hungry. So I'm going to make snacks available in my classroom for those students who need them to help them learn. I also have several special education students in my class. I'm going to make sure that I follow their ARD guidelines. I have a dyslexic student. I'm going to make sure that lessons are auditory for her so that she may have an easier time with them. I have a few ELL students. I'm going to help them by having vocabulary assignments that might help them. I'm going to make sure that I figure out if they're auditory or visual learners and what their strengths and weaknesses are in the language so I can kind of tailor lessons to fit them. I have a visually impaired student in my class, and some things that I plan on doing to help her are making sure that assignments that are given to her are in large legible fonts and colors. I'm also going to sit her at the front of the classroom to make sure she can see me better. And like with the dyslexic student, I'm going to make lessons tailored to auditory learning with her. Another thing in my classroom is at least half of the students are below or well below reading level for my classroom. I'm going to make sure that my homework assignments are manageable for them, that it's things that they can do outside of class alone and they won't have difficulty with. I'm going to do vocabulary assignments that involve learning like roots of words. So when reading, they'll be more able to figure out what the word means without having to consult somebody else. I have a GT student in my class also, and I'm going to make sure that I have engaging activities for this student. So if the student finishes their work early or gets bored, I will have something else for them to do that may be challenging for them. All these things are really important when you're in your classroom and you're trying to get through to your students. I'm really excited about meeting my kids on Monday, and I hope that I've eased some of your worries, and I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to meeting y'all.